In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can install Ubuntu on VirtualBox and you can use it for performing any kind of Linux operation in it and maybe exploring Linux so that you can try it before switching to Linux or maybe just for opening up some terminal or even running some browser or some other Linux application. You won't be losing any kind of data if you're using VirtualBox method, but actually if you try to install it on your computer or laptop directly, you might lose some data. So it's always better to see how you can install Ubuntu on virtual machine before trying it out on real life. So without delay, let's get started. So obviously, in order to install Ubuntu on VirtualBox, we need to download VirtualBox, and once it's downloaded, install it. You know how to do that. Just click next and install it. And there is something called as virtualization which needs to be enabled. If your laptop is pretty much new, you don't have to worry. You can follow along this tutorial without any problem. But if your laptop is too old or if you face any problem to run this particular virtual machine, then you need to enable virtualization in your BIOS. Doing that is very easy. You just need to search in Google how you can enable virtualization for whatever the laptop company you are using. Maybe Lenovo, maybe Dell, or maybe HP, whatever it is. But if your laptop is pretty much new, then you don't have to worry. It's already enabled and you can use it directly on your laptop. So just download this VirtualBox. It's available for Mac OS, Windows, and even for Linux. I don't know why you might use VirtualBox on Linux, but it's still available on Linux also. And then another thing is we need to go to ubuntu.com and we need to download Ubuntu ISO. Downloading it is very easy. Just go to downloads here and just look for Ubuntu desktop. And once you see Ubuntu desktop, just click on 22.0 for LTS. Whenever you are seeing it might be different version, but it's absolutely fine. You don't have to worry. Just download LTS version and you'll be fine to follow this tutorial. Let me just download it. While it's downloading, let's go to VirtualBox. You just have to search VirtualBox and open up it. So this is how VirtualBox interface looks like. And once VirtualBox interface is visible for you, click on New here, and here write the name whatever you want to give to your virtual machine. I'll just give Ubuntu LTS because it's LTS version. Once you type this particular name, type Linux, it's automatically selected. If you want to change it to some other operating system, you can change it. And version is also selected automatically because it recognizes this name and selects it. If you want to change it, you can go here and you can change it. Once it's done, click on next, and memory give little bit more only because Ubuntu requires good amount of memory. And processor, just make sure you keep 2 or more. Once that's done, click on next and maybe 25 GB is enough. It won't take 25 GB entirely. It will take up to 25 GB. After that's done, you can click on next and you can click on finish. And I'm waiting for this download to get finished, and after that I'll be back. So it took a while to download, and once it's downloaded, just go to storage here and here click on optical drive, which is telling empty. Once you click there, it will tell choose or create a disk image, and I'll just click on choose a disk file. And once I click on it, you can select wherever this particular file is downloaded. That's Ubuntu 22.0 for whatever the version which you have downloaded, and make sure the format is ISO and just click on it. Once you click on it, it will get mounted and you can click on start. And now it's starting, and here you can click on try or install Ubuntu. Okay, once it finished loading, you will see something like a try Ubuntu or install Ubuntu. I'll just click on try Ubuntu and it will give some interface like this. Now it's visible on very small screen. So best way to make sure it's fine is to go to display setting and here just make sure you select the display as 1920 into 1080 and click apply here. It will make sure your display will be at least a little bit better and keep changes. And let me go to view and full screen mode I'll press. So now I'm on full screen mode and you can see this is Ubuntu, and I'll close this. Okay, this is how Ubuntu will look like on your virtual machine, and it's not yet installed. So in order to install it, just click on this particular thing and you will see some installation wizard like this, and language is English, and I'll continue. with English, and keyboard layout, select whichever the keyboard layout you are having. I'll just go with English US, and let me continue it. And here it will tell what apps you would like to install to start with. I'll just click on minimal installation so that you can download if you want later, and download updates while installing Ubuntu. Yeah, I don't think I require this. If you want to click on this, it will just download it when you are installing only. So let me continue it. Once I continue, it will open up installation type, and in this installation type, click on erase disk and install Ubuntu. Don't worry, if you followed this tutorial and you are using virtual machine, nothing will get erased on your laptop. So click on install now. But if you are doing it somewhere else, just be caution and make sure you back up everything. But let me click continue here. Okay, I'm in India, so I'll just select India. Wherever you are, just select that particular region and let me continue. And here it will ask for name. Just name whatever you want to give name to, and I'll just name it as Ubuntu VM and pick a username. Manjunath is absolutely fine. Password, pick whatever the password you want to pick. I'll just type 123456, which is secure. 123456. Don't keep this password. And I don't want to log in automatically and all. Let me just click continue. And now it's installing. It might take a while. Don't worry. It might be slow on your laptop depending upon how much resource you have and how much resource you allocated to the virtual machine. But don't worry, it will be over soon. And once it's over, you can use your virtual machine properly. Okay, now the installation is almost done. And soon we can start using Ubuntu on our virtual machine without any kind of problem. I have skipped through the most of the installation loading screen in this particular video. You might take while, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, or maybe even half an hour if your system is very slow. Don't worry about it. You are literally installing another operating system in your existing operating system. So obviously think how much workload it has to do in the background. So don't worry. It's quite common that it is going to take some time. And once it's done taking that much time and installed, you don't have to wait anymore. Immediately the virtual machine will load next time whenever you are using. So this step is probably the last step, that is running dpkg, and once it's done, we'll be able to use Ubuntu. Okay, once the installation is completely finished, you will get some screen like this: installation complete and restart. And let me click on restart. And while restarting, it will just tell that remove the installation medium and press enter. I'll just press enter. Okay, now the installation is done and I can click on whatever the name which I have created, and let me use that secure password. And once you write the password properly, it will open up the Ubuntu virtual machine. And let me skip through this so that I can change the screen size, display settings, like how we did that time. And let me change it to 1920 into 1080p. Yeah, keep changes. So there we go, guys. And probably Ubuntu has a dark mode in it. So here is the dark mode. And let me change it to dark mode, and now it's dark mode. So this is how Linux will look like, that is the Ubuntu version. So now you can see all the feature of it. Maybe open up some apps bar and see if you had clicked on that time that install other application, many application would have been here. Now it's not many application are there and it's not bloated, and you can obviously install whatever the application you want to install. Let me just open up the terminal so that we can see it. And my suggestion is just right click and add to favorites so that you can use it whenever you want to use it. And you can pretty much customize anything. Maybe I want to increase the terminal size. You can go here and make it a little bit bigger. If you want to increase the font size, right click and click on preferences and increase the font size. Where is it? Yeah, it's here. And you can click on custom font and you can change it here to maybe 14 or maybe 16. 16 would be fine, I guess. So I'll just click on 16 and here we go. And I would recommend you to run this command sudo apt update. It will get all the package details and you can also run sudo apt upgrade. to upgrade all the packages inside your system. So I won't run this command. If you want, run it. So that's the Ubuntu version you are having, and you can create file, and you can even open up a web browser and maybe browse some internet or something like that. You can obviously download Chrome or any other browser you want to download. There is no problem in that. And I'll close this also. And if you want to turn off this machine, just click here and power off, and I will click power off here and click on power off. So now the Ubuntu will power off and virtual machine screen will be visible. And if you want to delete this particular thing, you can click here and you can click on remove, and this particular thing in your system is permanently stored, and whatever the changes which you make in this particular place, it will be stored also. So that's it for this video, guys, and if you want to see more amazing videos like this, click on this particular thing, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.